Hey, what's up, Backwoods? Hey, Will. Hey, KY, how you doing, buddy? Or Kentucky bearded guy. There we go. That's better. So how y'all doing this evening? Hey, how you doing, man? Oh, well, I had one heck of a weekend, one heck of a week. Hey, Miles, how you doing, FLP? Hey, Juanita. Hey, Rescue Boss. Yeah, I had one heck of a weekend. Uh, Sunday, Sunday, I found out a good friend of mine passed away um, that morning, and with everything going on, I decided to change up what I was going to do because when I decided to do Tuesdays, I wasn't thinking that today was September 11th. So I'm going to start the natural disasters next week. Um, Thank you, Kentucky. Yeah, I'm going to try to make a funeral tomorrow, but if I can't, it is what it is. Um, Funerals in Warren, Ohio. So, but with this being September 11th, the question I was going to ask you guys is where were you guys at when everything was going down? Um, Me, I was here at home, still sleeping. Thanks, FOP. And my mother was downstairs watching the TV when the first plane hit, and we were thinking it was an accident. And she was kind of saying something. Hey, Daniel. She was kind of saying something, woke me up, and I went downstairs. And when I got downstairs, that's when the second plane hit, and it was on from there. I tried watching the TV as much as I could, try to keep ahead of what's going on. Um, yeah, I was working. I think noon to five that day. I mean noon to nine that day. Oh wow, backwoods. Poof. Wow. But I came back up. I watched as long as I could, but I still had to go to work. So I watched as much as I could. Took a shower. When I come back down, a plane had hit the Pentagon, and the plane struck the ground in over in Pennsylvania here. Yeah, I hear you there, backwoods. Wow. And there's a little bit of a gap in there between the towers falling and everything else. But I was working for Saturn of Wexford at the time. Thank you, Shanksville. I was working for Saturn of Wexford at the time delivering parts. And I remember driving around that day, and most of my deliveries were down around Pittsburgh. I hear you there, FLP. Hey, Ox. But driving down around Pittsburgh was interesting. Um, I remember going down to Millville, and I had to go over across the RB Fleming Bridge. And I remember looking up in the air, and it was the most airplanes I've ever seen in the air over Pittsburgh ever. They had That's after they ordered all planes out of the air, and they had them stacked. I mean, they had them stacked from about 1,000 foot up to about 20,000 feet. And about every 1,000 foot, you can look up and you see at least, if you look in a 360-degree circle, you counted at least two airplanes at each 1,000 foot interval. Hey, Cheryl. Um, as good as it can be expected, Ox. How about yourself, bud? Yeah, but that just like everybody else, that's a day I'll never forget. I think I did for a lot of people, FLP. That did that for a lot of people. Yeah, this is just one of those days where you won't forget it. Even if you want to forget it, you will never forget it. It's when everything changed. Like not a week later, I was delivering parts up literally up to the airport to one of the rental car places. All the rental car garages, even though the car may not be at the airport, if it needs repairs, it went to one of those garages at the airport. And I'm rolling up into the airport in a nondescript white van carrying car parts. Oh, I hear you there, backwoods. I mean, when they're 200 feet off the deck, and they're probably almost at Mach at that point, and they go straight up as soon as they get up over the water, nothing good's going to come of that. See, when the first one hit, because when my mom said something, I went downstairs when she said the first one hit. I think I maybe was looked at the TV for about a minute before the second one hits. I'm like, there's got to be some kind of major accident. And as soon as I said that, that's when the second one hit Tower Two, and we're on. Oh, that's cool. That's cool, Kentucky. That's cool. Hey, Donna. I mean, that was some. But getting back to what I was saying about delivering to the airport in a nondescript white van, um, it wasn't just me. There's a couple of us that were pulled over. They pulled over like three guys, all of them American, but they pulled up over three of us. The first two guys were pitching a fit, and they're taking forever. I got out of the van. I handed them the paperwork for what I had in my van, which was car parts. I'm like, hey, have at it. I understand. Have at it. Just give me a cup of coffee because it was cold outside. So give me a cup of coffee and we're good to go. He gave me a cup of coffee with me. I stood there and talked to the one cop while they looked over my van. They opened up all the boxes. What's up, CM? Yeah, I hear you, T Bear. It and the one thing I don't get, I still don't get, is I've heard a lot of people saying today that it was an inside job. I'm like, well, if it's an inside job, what did we get out of it? Because they don't, nothing was gained. Nothing was gained by the government. Nothing. Hmm. Well, that's true. But in defense contracts, but I still don't see. I still think it's a terrorist that attacked us because I don't think it was an inside job. It's just they used that as a vehicle to get what they needed. You got a point there. You do have a point there, FLP. But yeah, it's a very somber day. Yeah, I don't think we ever will know one way or the other. Y'all have a point. Y'all definitely have a point there. Hmm. See, I didn't know about the asbestos. That's right. Building seven was the one that they pulled, which I always thought that when they said pull building seven was pull everybody out of it. Like, what's up, Brian? That wasn't Saddam Hussein, Juanita. They had it pinned on Al Qaeda. Yeah, we were together for what, about a week, maybe. Yeah, because Osama bin Laden and Al Qaeda was behind the WTC 93 when they tried to bomb it. Yep, and Al Qaeda pretty much resulted from when we pulled out of Afghanistan after helping them beat the Russians. Al Qaeda came around from that power vacuum. Hugs, T Bear. I don't know, CM. Okay, I may just look that up, FLP. That's interesting because I forgot about the Iran Contra scandal too, which Ollie North was all up in as well. So exactly, Kentucky. Exactly. Hmm. Oh, I hear you there, backwoods. I mean, I have my misgivings of fire already, and I've been burnt pretty bad a couple times. So yeah, I'll probably never make a fireman. To be honest with you. Yeah, I'm supposed to be over here talking. I'm getting more enlightenment over here watching the chat go by than I am saying anything. I know one thing happened around work though is every time something would happen after 9/11, is they blame it on the terrorists. We should kill them. I'm like, we're trying. Come on now. I know backwards is saying there does. He's running into burning buildings. I was running a horse full tilt either around barrels or driving a vehicle way too fast than what it was ever designed to do on a race course. So, how you doing, Allie? Hey, Rosanna. That's interesting. Finding the passport of a terrorist. That sounds a little hinky, especially when I think she'd been burned up with that plane. But that's pretty much. Hey, Prepping Tune Door, how you doing? Yeah, but I mean, well, this is any way you look at it, it's a somber day, and nothing we can do can really change that now. With the somber day part of it, anyway. Yes, we did, T Bear. Yes, we did. They weren't brought down by explosives. They're brought down by explosives. The explosions just started at the bottom and worked their way up. If you look at the way they collapsed, the top stories went first and just dominated the whole way down. That part of it was right. I couldn't tell you about Tower 7. Towers 1 and Tower 2, though. That's the whole thing. It never melted. It didn't melt the steel per se, but weakened it. It takes a hell of a lot to melt it, but it doesn't take that much heat to weaken the structure. That the type of steel was made out of only take wouldn't take as much. Everybody looks at high carbon steel or what they build a crucible out of as what the melting point should be, and it's not. Nor even close. DC-10. They're designed to withstand the DC-10. 730 when they were built, 737s weren't around yet. Yeah, that was bad there. I do remember them on a couple documentaries talking about that. Yeah, that train operator. I that wow. Yes, it was a very smart move on his part. Hey, Jim. What's Q, Jim? You mean, am I going to delete this chat? No, I'll leave it up. No, we haven't. That's one thing we haven't, that we have not forgotten. And with some of us kind of dealing with some other stuff right now, we're still taking time to remember what today was. And right on cue, there he is. Hey, Frank. Understandable, Daniel. Have a good night, buddy. Oh, Benghazi, Black Hawk down. Yeah, the whole thing with Benghazi. Don't tell me that a couple kid riders got lucky. I don't think so. You don't attack something for 5 hours and all of a sudden get lucky. They knew what they were doing. Welcome back, Rescue Boss. Oh. Okay, looks like I have a little bit of work to do tonight. QAnonymous that the military and Trump are working to take the deep state down. Huh. Oh, jeez. 5 trauma alerts. Okay, that's good. So the 5 trauma alerts, any deaths in that, or did everybody make it? Yeah, trust me, it wasn't that great of a day around Pittsburgh either. Didn't have to deal with flooding. Well, I didn't have to deal with too much anything. Oh, damn. On my way back from work, I was on the turnpike, but they had a overturned tanker on 279 southbound just past the Mount Nebo overpass that was full of antifreeze. I didn't have to deal with it. Thank you, T Bear. I didn't have to deal with it. I was on the turnpike when it happened, heading back towards 79 from Monroeville. But we had a couple other people who had to deal with it. I know I had a second run. I did the second run, come back, and they still weren't back yet. Oh, we had that. Oh, well, did you get diverted, or did you have to sit there wait for them to clean everything up? Yeah, you guys are getting it firsthand. We kind of get what's left over, and I think it's going to be coming again this weekend. So at least I'm going to be on vacation next week. I won't have to deal with any flooding down in Pittsburgh for a while. I'll be praying for you, Mouse. Yeah, this is what a category 4 right now. I think it says the biggest one to hit that part of North Carolina for about the last 20 years. Next time that happens, backwoods, do this. Go down to the Mount Nebo exit. If you hit Mount Nebo, if you make a left on Mount Nebo, follow that the whole way to Camp Horn, that would have got you past it. You jump right back on 279 right there. Night, Ox. Oh. Yeah, because especially like what Backwoods is talking about there, that stretch of 279, that especially with down that construction, one gotcha. Yeah, driving up 65 into Pittsburgh ain't no picnic either. Did that a couple, two, three times. Not for this job, but oh, night, CM. Oh yeah, you're preaching to the choir there, Backwoods. Oh man. Okay, I'll look. I haven't had a chance to look at it yet, but I'll look at it. I'll send you one back, FLP, as soon as this is over. Yeah, it's Backwoods is talking about Pittsburgh drivers. I drive in Pittsburgh all day, especially around Oakland. By the time I get out of Oakland, I just want to take a hammer to somebody. Oh, that one without the road, like both bathtub sections were closed too, so nobody could get anywhere on 376. See, a buddy of mine lives over on, well, I think he lives around San Bernardino, and he goes, "It's about the same thing. Since there's like 10 times the people here, and I can get to wherever I need to go." No road rage, Earl, just Pittsburgh. That's just how Pittsburgh is. It, yeah, it's pretty much. You can't get there from here now. Yeah. This is the land of the worse the weather gets, the faster people drive. I've been going down 79 in a blizzard, going south on 79 in a blizzard, past 279, going maybe about 55-ish miles an hour, which is actually the speed limit. So I'm probably going a little bit quick too. And there are people blowing past me going about 80 in a blizzard. That's what I mean. I hate driving around Pittsburgh, especially in the wintertime. I hate driving around Pittsburgh because nobody knows how to drive in the snow. I mean, they're not bad up around. You have a couple of them up around Butler or around where I live, but Pittsburgh, it's just like you have a couple that actually know what they're doing, and the rest of them just try to hopefully not kill each other. You don't want to go there, Cheryl. You just don't do it. Someone says you want to go to Pittsburgh, say no. I'll drive in Kentucky with snow. Got to be better than driving around here. Like my ex, my last ex girlfriend, which is about 20 years ago. But she lives in Alabama, and she gets every time it snows, she's like, "You're staying home." I'm like, "You don't get it. Snow's a way of life around here. I mean, you have snow, you go to work. Alabama, they see a snowflake, and everybody hibernates, and National Guard's called, and yeah, pretty much. Well, they're starting to do that up here now too. I'm like, what are you people doing? If I had to stand outside in 20 below zero, they should have to stand outside in 20 below zero. Yes, you do, Cheryl. No, they don't, T Bear. No, they don't. There's only one place I've ever been where they actually drove worse than Pittsburgh. One place. And it wasn't with volume, it's just the drivers. And that was New York City. There's some really interesting people driving up in New York City. It's, that, and we're coming out of New York City when I was working up there in the Bronx of all places. We're coming out of there and we want to hit the bus was hit 76 to come back. Well, there's about 10-mile stretch of road. They had no road signs whatsoever. We ended up on 80. I'm right. Don't recognize me since I shaved. I got tired of it. I'm like, okay, it needs to go. Attempt number 487. So how you doing, Nina? Yeah, I know we're heading back in New York though. We're heading back to the hotel one time. And we're rolling down the highway. I think we're going about 70 miles to 80 miles an hour. I wasn't driving. I'm kind of sitting in the middle of the truck going, just twiddling my thumbs like, oh, this is going to be interesting. Well, an ambulance is coming on. I'm like, okay, Junior, you may want to slow down and let the ambulance go by. So he did. And as soon as we let the ambulance go by, about three cars go blown past the ambulance going about 100 mile an hour. I'm just like, you should just kept doing what you're doing. You fit right in. Hugs, Nina. Ooh. Actually, that sounds interesting. I may check that out too, Mouse says. I mean, I'm not trying to make light of the situation, but I'm one of those people where natural disasters fascinate me, not for the destruction and everything, but the mechanics of them, how they work. Maybe it's just me. I just like I try to understand things like that. Just like, okay, exactly. I mean, I don't want to see anybody get hurt, but still, it exactly. It's just one of those things. Like the more you watch, the more you learn. I'm like that with volcanoes too. I've had a fascination from with volcanoes ever since I was like 4. Oh, Kind of like the stall out we had here for about the last 3 days. Oh. Hey, T-Bear, are you familiar with New Swickley at all? Out behind Zillionople? There's a little park there called Green Valley Park. It's right along Brush Creek. And I've seen the water get high in there before, but the water was literally up to the parking lot. Yeah, the water in Green Valley Park was literally up to the lower parking lot. That's about a good, I'm thinking, 10 foot above where the creek usually flows. I mean, it wasn't. I've done enough of that. I think I've been banned from actually ever mixing baking soda and vinegar ever again, ever. Yeah. Well, Brush Creek flows fast enough. You may actually need a jet boat because once that thing gets to rolling, it moves. Just watch the bridges. Like I was watching a video. A friend of mine took a video from Green Valley Park. For some reason, they left the gate open. Why I don't know. Especially if they know it's going to flood. Every time we get like a major rain like this, that park floods, but never quite that bad. But the water was about maybe 2 inches from touching the deck of the bridge, which I was surprised I was surprised it was down that much. I wouldn't say down that much. I was surprised it wasn't hitting the deck. Nope. No overflow in that one whatsoever. Yeah, it is. I can imagine a farmer's Scouter's Island was probably flooded out. The field across the way, that if you ever been on Scouter's Island, you looked across the creek. There's a RV that was sitting there. I bet you that thing's all messed up now. And just about everything else. Okay, I got that open up in another window there. Rescue. That I know. I'm just surprised Basically Creek didn't flood this time around, though. Usually, when we get this much rain, Basically Creek will flood big time too, and it didn't. Which is, I'm also wondering why Washington Boulevard was still open. Yeah, what with all the rain, Washington Boulevard stayed open, but Nadine closed. Hey, what's up, Kentucky? What the hell was that? Oh, my cutting board. Yeah, for those who don't know, T Bear and Backwoods Law was pretty darn close to me, so we have to deal with a lot of the same stuff all the time. Like he's talking about the Parkway, and I run down the Parkway in the morning. Sometimes I run back it in the afternoon when I'm done with my run. Well, that and the last time it rained like this, I had to deliver down Sharpsburg, and Sharpsburg was almost completely flooded out, and they're dry as a bone. But they did get the bridge from the Highland Park Bridge into Sharpsburg done, so I don't have to do that big long detour every day. That is, I understand what you're saying, Nina. That is pre and post coffee, correct? Oh, there you go. Mm. Should I duck now? Of course, I understand where Nina's coming from with her Folgers. I'm the same way with my Rockstar. I wake up in the morning, I walk my dog, I take my Rockstar, I sit in the center console of my Jeep. I drive to work, I put it in a cup holder in my truck. I load the truck and I crack it open on the way down there, and I'm usually awake by usually bright eyed and bushy tailed by the time I get to my first stop. Yeah, so is the cigarette's going to kill me too. So, but coffee and Pepsi just does not do it for me anymore. I to get myself going in the morning, I need that straight up kick in the teeth. It all depends on how much you drink, though. I mean, I have one a day, and it usually takes me about 3 hours to drink the thing. I just kind of milk on it all day. It's not like I chug the thing. So I take some in, get a little bit of rise, come back down, take a little bit more in, and it's more of a I drink it more of a level thing instead of like trying to get a big boost of energy all in one shot. But that's just me. Oh, see, I would get more. Well, there for a while, I would get more strung out on coffee than I would on like Pepsi, caffeine anymore. I guys probably drink a Rockstar and go to bed. To be honest with you, which I have done that before too. Yeah, I think if you only have one and you sip on it, you don't. Yeah, I think if you milk it, not just chug it, if you just milk it, everyone. Oh, Oh, I will drink coffee. I don't have a problem with drinking coffee. I doctored up a little bit, but I'll drink it. It's just at 4 o'clock in the morning. I don't feel like making coffee. I just want to grab something and go. Thank you. Run a quick one by you guys for Gesundheit. Tight. But oh, it's a very ugly time. Exactly, backwoods. Exactly. There's somebody who pays attention to me. Mouse, I live an hour away from work and I have to be at work at 5 a.m., which is an even uglier time. But here's a question I have for you guys. And this is more like an extreme emergency, and I may do a video on it. But what do you guys think of using a laser at night for a distress beacon? I mean, not one of those little laser pointers either. I mean, I have a pretty wicked laser here. And it's one of those things. I know there's FAA regulations on it, yada yada yada. But what I'm looking at is I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. Well, if you use it at night, trust me, I could. Bad time. You need to be evac, and you're now in the woods in the dark or in wherever you are in the dark by yourself. You need to be evac like now. Yeah, I have the green laser, and I could pretty much pinpoint the moon with it if I wanted to. See that's exactly what I'm talking about. Backwoods is one of those things that I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. But that's what I come down to using that. Oh, see, I wasn't going to use it around my home. I was going to use it like I was going to carry it when I went hiking. Um, like I'm 10 miles out in the middle. I'm 10 miles out in the middle of the woods, and I need to get out like now. Sounds good to me. In fact, I could probably do. It comes with a little cap. It does like a little. I can do like a little kaleidoscope thing with it. Maybe I could get to do like an X and just shine it up in the air, up up around New York, Butler way. I'm over here, guys. Yeah, the X signal. No, 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 X Man. I mean, oh, you me too, Rescue Boss. And the 22nd is the second to last day of my vacation too. So it'll shine as far as light will travel. Let's put it that way. I haven't really done any major testing with it yet because I want to get someplace that is pretty desolate to do it. But I know just behind the house, I'm not shooting it up in the air, I'm shooting it out. I'm hitting trees on the other side of the valley with it, which is probably about a half mile away, and I can see it's plain as day. Oh, up around Butler, either get your attention or they're going to scramble the Air Force thinking it's a UFO, one of the two. Yeah, you ain't the only one needs a teleporter. Especially over the winter when I get done with work. I'm not going to teleport home. I'm going to teleport down to the Bahamas someplace and come back the next day. Either a teleporter or a TARDIS like Doctor Who. Well, you a Doctor Who bear. I mean, a Doctor Who fan T bear. Exactly. Punch out for more. Peace out, yo. I'm going to where it's warm. See you in 12 hours. Willie Sonia. But we're just past the top of the hour here, so I think I'm going to end it here. So, hey, thank you all for showing up. It means a lot to me. But you all have a great night. And I'll probably be talking to you all soon. Don't forget, tomorrow night, 7 o'clock Central Louisiana time, Nina's going to have her chat on her channel. Then at 9:30, 8:30 Central Louisiana time, she's going to be having the old ladies talk on Prepper X. Then Prepper X at 8 o'clock on Friday is the main chat, and Backwards is doing Mondays. FLP, you still going to be doing Sundays? Will do. Or an FLP already dive here. Okay. Okay, but I'll talk to y'all later, and I'll probably see a lot of you tomorrow night. So, see ya.